Here at James Madison, we do have a government system.
We have the judicial branch and the executive branch and the legislative branch.
We do have a House of Representatives. We have a Senate. Each homeroom has 2 senators.
The court is made up of 9 students.
Older students form a Supreme Court.
When a student gets in trouble, they get a ticket.
Instead of being sent to the principal, they are sent to court.
Most schools, the teachers, the principal, they're the ones that are going to be doing the discipline.
It's everything from dress code to violations against the code of conduct.
We have defense attorneys. We have a prosecutor.
They're all able to work together for justice.
I really respect it because it gives them a good feeling of what's going to be like in the real world.
So through all of these experiences, I started to learn how our government really actually worked.
Our kids are able to try out a whole variety of things.
You don't know, unless you try all these things, what you really care about.
There are a lot of sports to choose from.
I've never really done sports.
For volleyball, if I tried out at a public school, I wouldn't even be on the team.
I was a junior in high school, and I had never played an organized sport.
We like to think that high school is the time to go broad in learning. When you get to college, then is when you start to narrow in, and then you go deeper.
They've got a buffet of choices.
I'm involved with football.
I'm involved in the newspaper.
Basketball.
Did drama last year.
Baseball.
Then in the springtime, I played soccer.
I learned how to play the xylophone.
Girls basketball team.
I also learned how to play the snare.
And drama right now too.
I did end up making 4 runs by the end of the season, which was incredible for someone like me.
We started the PE program. There are a lot of smaller schools these days that don't even have PE programs. We do dodgeball. We do an indoor softball style game. We do kickball down at the park. We do basketball. We do fitness ping pong. We do play 4-way soccer. We have dodgeball. I'm able to get them into things like badminton, flag football, ultimate frisbee. We do some indoor hockey. We do play a form of lacrosse. We try to keep it fast-paced. PE works on the well-being. It really helps the students out.
Drama for me has just been an exciting experience.
I was Mrs. Malloy in Hello Dolly. In my senior year, I was Maria in The Sound of Music.
When you know the notes to sing.
And since then, I've just loved the musicals.
It also helped me to, coming out of high school, to be more open to doing different activities that otherwise I'd be prejudiced against.
When he came here in 7th grade, he was automatically on every sport.
It is so small that any kid that wants to participate in any of those can do so.
The sky is the limit for these kids in this small school.
James Madison also has a very strong core of values.
Our code of conduct is central to the school.
We care that they learn to act responsibly.
It allows kids to develop character.
You may have an IQ that would be in the genius range, but if you don't have character, then it's worthless.
The code of conduct consists of 7 virtues.
Courage, honesty, integrity, respectfulness, responsibility, strong work ethic,
and self-reliance.
My daughter was asked to help someone from another school do a paper.
Offered me $50.
She thought about it and thought about it and thought about it.
A lot of the code of conduct came to mind.
She said, you know what? No, I can't do that.
I actually felt really guilty about it, and I started to cry because I knew I couldn't do it and feel good about myself and still be able to sit here and talk about how good the school is on the code of conduct, you know?
That kind of character building is what really excites me.
If they break the code, there are consequences.
When I sit down with a student in a disciplinary situation, the entire framework of that discussion revolves around their character. I've seen kids' characters change.
When I first came here, I wasn't as much interested in the code of conduct, but I really see that it has had an impact, and it had an impact on me.
We don't have real discipline issues.
The students here are extremely well behaved.
I don't think I could be a high school teacher in a traditional high school setting.
There's a lot more respect than I see in public schools.
Because I don't want to be a babysitter, I want to be an educator.
They put a lot of stress on the code.
To be a better person in life.
I like that.
It's virtues like this that make the students here, I think, uniquely prepared for both college and for life.
According to the U.S. Census, people under the age of 18 make up something like 23% of the population. According to us, they make up 100% of the future.
It is really, as cliched as it may sound, this school is all about these young people.
I feel like we are making a great difference here.
Oh my gosh, is this school making a difference?
The number one job of a generation is to raise the next generation.
If you don't educate the child now, you're going to pay for him in prison later.
I see an older generation that I have respect for. I see a middle generation that I think are absolute slobs, jerks, and I don't want anything to do with them.
A lot of those kids, I'm willing to bet you, finished high school. But when they got out of high school, they learned they'd been robbed.
And then I look at the younger generation, and I'm terrified of what my life is going to be like when they grow up.
A student who's been steeped in the idea of the value of learning, the value of good character, the value of competition. This student is going to be a more valuable employee or a better employer.
I believe this place is making a difference. When I went into college, I was really prepared. During my first year, I was able to take those values and use them at the college level.
While there are the partiers and the drinkers, and that's why a lot of people thought coming from James Madison, I wouldn't be able to survive. It's such a big school and everyone thought I was very sheltered. But I was given so many skills that I'm able to go out to ASU, but without participating in those actions that would go against the code of conduct here.
I was impressed because there's a climate of acceptance. My son spent 6th grade in a very large middle school and was relentlessly bullied.
All of a sudden, mid-7th grade, it just started getting easier and easier every day.
We didn't hear any of the stories of I'm being tormented, or they're making fun of me, or I don't fit in, and his network of friends are building. He's flourishing. I mean, that's amazing.
This is the high school where he learned. He grew from a child to a man.
And since then, I don't think we could pull him away from this program.
I'm going to take what I've learned here and just apply it, the code of conduct.
I think just the code of conduct really makes this a good school because it makes me feel like a better person.
I love this school. It is such a humongous gift to our family.
What I really hope is that with what I learn, I'm able to take that and that I'm able to teach somebody else. And we can branch out and that we can help society.
What I learned here ties in with that. Courage and self-reliance and honesty and respectfulness and all of the other things that they teach here. I do know I can make a difference. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try.